In the last episode, as our new season began, we managed to get 2 draws in the National League, and mid-table is where we were. Since then, we've won 1 game and lost 1 game. Today, we need to get back to winning ways. Hello, and it's a warm welcome to episode 45 of From the Bottom to the Top, as we try and take a National League South side, in this case Weymouth, from the bottom all the way up to the top, and this is our journey. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games in the Vanarama National League, match days 5 and 6, and they aren't going to be easy. We've got a trip along the coast to Torquay United. But before that, we have a game against Halifax Town, which are one of only 2 sides currently that have won all 4 of their opening games of the season. So it's going to be a tough old task today. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today's episode, leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of the series so far, if you will. And I much appreciate all those that have subscribed, hit the notification button and all that. I do very much appreciate it. And of course, the best way of following what's going on this channel at all times is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffsideFM. One other thing is, if you haven't already noticed, we have got the new kits up above, and we've got 3 of them instead of 2 of them. And a video about how to do that, as in add a 3rd kit into the game. A video should have come out yesterday. I'll put a link both above and also in the description below so that you can follow that and follow how to put a 3rd kit into your game if you are so inclined to do so. Right, let's get into it. What I should tell you before we progress any further is we have been in the transfer market. Last time you were with us, we had 8 players come in so far in this transfer window. We have added 3 more since then. I think we got up to Jack Lorenzen Jones from Carnarvon when you were with us last time. We've added to that now. Very expensive, almost too expensive. Jaden Wareham, he has been on trial with us for quite a while, in fact most of the pre-season, and we're looking for another striker, and he's joined us. He is a pressing forward, good National League player, leading National League player. I realistically would have liked him to have been in a position to come up through the leagues with us, but he signed a 2-year contract on £1,400. He's got some clauses in there to score lots and lots of goals. So I'm hoping that because those clauses are in there and he wants money, it will give him the impetus to do as such and score those goals. He's made his debut, and it wasn't most efficient of debuts, but he's got to settle in, I guess. So he's finding his eye, as it were, and we'll see how that progresses over the next few episodes or not. He has come in from Reading, who released him at the end of last season, didn't make any appearances for them. He had been, in fact, we could probably see better on this screen. He'd been at Reading for a few seasons since 2023, never played for them. Had been on, originally coming from Woking, then went to Chelsea, and then went on loan at Leyton Orient. And then, so he's realistically, he has played at this level, has scored goals at this level, but not prolific, and we want him to get into that prolifery if we can. We've gone too far the wrong way now. So that is what we desire of Jaden, if we can. Gone the wrong way, there we go, back here. And whilst we were looking and deciding whether Jaden should come in, we'd gone on for a loan spree with James Jones, another striker, 18-year-old New Zealand player, primarily to play in that attacking role, can play as an attacking midfielder as well. again, primarily to score goals. He comes from Charlton, and as you see, he's been a few years in the League One Championship with Charlton. So again, hoping that his credentials will allow him to score goals, basically, which is what we want him to do. And finally, for this batch, we have brought in Luigi Gaspar. He is a Brazilian 22-year-old. He signed a 2-year contract, 325 a week. Can play in midfield, defensive midfield. Defensive midfield is where we'll probably play him more often than not. And he's got potential to be a League Two player, so he could come up through the ranks with us. Hopefully, that's what he can do. And he has come in from Colchester, who got relegated from League Two last season. Hopefully, that's not a bad omen. But he hasn't really lived up to it yet. So we'll see whether he does. He was originally come through the Arsenal Academy and then was at Watford and so on. Right. So they are our incomings. No more outgoings as it currently stands. So that is where we're at. As I said, we have played 2 games since you were last with us. Won 1 and lost 1. The winning game, first of all, was against Aldershot. And we had a penalty as early as 3 minutes. And the penalty stemmed from a corner. Candlish with the corner swung in. It was headed back out. Morris back out of Candlish. Candlish into the area, and Peters was fouled right on the edge of the area as he was teeing up. And that was what brought about the penalty. And this is the penalty. Tucks it away in the back of the net. And goalkeeper going the right way. But it's a good goal. And we are 1 up at this point. But Barry Bagley, 5 minutes later, put this one away. Ball through to Harris. Harris finding Bagley. Bagley and acres of space. And House should have got that. But it sneaked past him. And it was 1-1. But just literally in the 2nd minute of added time at the end of the first half, Amika Peters gets his 2nd of the game, our 2nd, to give us a 2-1 lead at half-time. Candish coming down this wing. Candish cuts inside to Nzingo. Nzingo cuts it across. Peters at the near post. All he had to do was tuck it away. And it's 2-1. And that's how it was until the 54th minute, when there was an own goal from Ollie Harfield. Cooper to Bolton. Bolton tackled. Goes out to Prescott. Prescott crosses it in. And it's come off of Harfield. Beaten our striker. And also beaten the goalkeeper. 3-1 win then against Aldershot. And then we went on to play Rochdale at Rochdale. A very tight match, this one. Nothing really doing until the 81st minute when Rilke scored this one. Blythe cutting the ball out. Goes out to Presley. Bailey crosses this deep. It's headed against the crossbar. Falls nicely for Rilke. It was a little bit one of those, and the way they'd set up, we weren't finding a way through, and it was a 1-0 loss. 9 shots, 4 on target, 1.31, 60% of the possession. Should have at least been a draw. They had 16 shots, 4 on target, 1.69 and 40% of the possession. I didn't give you the stats on the other one, did I? Let's just have a quick look. We were dominant in this one as well. 10 shots, 3 on target, 2.44, 49%. They had 4 shots, 2 on target, 0.48 and 51%. So, bit of a mediocre start then. 2 draws, a loss and a win. We need to try and get back onto some sort of track. And maybe today is the day to do it. Maybe it's not. I don't know. 4 games in then. This is how the table looks. Boston are top, along with Halifax. Both teams 100% records at the moment. Let's hope that gets broken today. Both on 12 points. Boston there on goal difference as it stands. I mean, Boston United, if my memory serves me right, let me just check a minute. They come up from the National League North last season, so they've got off to a roaring start in this particular league. Then Hartlepool, who are 3 points adrift at the moment, in 3rd place on 9 points. Then come Oldham Athletic, 4th on 8 points. Fylde are 5th on 7 points, as are Chester in 6th, Altrincham in 7th, Scunthorpe in 8th, all on 7 points. with varying goal difference. Of course, then comes Solihull Moors on 6. York City, Barnet and ourselves on 5 points. We're down in 12th place as it stands at the moment. And then a group of teams on 4 and 3. But as I said, it's snakes and ladders. You can go up and down this league fairly quickly, albeit there's a one heck of a gap already between us and those top two. So hopefully they're not going to get away from us. Otherwise, we're in the same situation as we were last year with Chesterfield. Got away from us. We couldn't catch them. There was no unearthed way of getting back up there to catch them. Colchester, Torquay, Guiseley and Gateshead, the 4 teams in the relegation zone at the moment. Torquay, of course, playing in the second game of the episode. That's after we've played Halifax Town, who are currently in second. Right, with all that said and done, let's get on with it. Let's get into the game. It is a game against Halifax Town. We played them a few times last season, including in the National League playoff semi-final where we beat them 2-0. A similar result today would be very nice, of course, especially as we're at home. We haven't lost to them at home yet. 2-2 draw, a 3-2 draw and a 2-0 win. Lost at their place, though, 2-1 last season. Let's see if we can get another result at the Bob Lucas as we play Halifax Town. And here is the team that faces Halifax Town in this Vanarama National League Match Day 5. House is in goal. Vincent, Blythe, Armitage and Prescott make up our defensive line. Bolton, Solanke and Gaspar making his debut in midfield, with Nzingo sat behind Peters and also making his debut today. Jack Jones, let's hope he's not on his Jack Jones, up front, and on the bench, Ransom, Candish, Lorenzen Jones, Abdul Malik and Jay Wareham. And here we are back at the Bob Lucas. We've won one of our last 4, drawn 2 and lost the other one. And Halifax having won all 4 of their opening games. Kobe Moore up front. They are currently in second place on 100% record on 12 points. We are 12th on 5 points. They're playing in all grey tonight. And they have a corner. Nevers with the corner. It's headed in. It's kept in by Kenlock. Nevers is running the area. It's come back off the woodwork and it's gone out for a goal kick. They have a throw in. 37 on the clock. Golden to Vivas. Senior heading that one forward. Peters picks that up in midfield. Bolton is a wayward ball and Nevers is away. Nevers is danger man here, but he's put it over the top. Half time comes and, all we've seen is them attack us, really. Having said that, we have had 3 shots, one of which was on target. A .27, 49% of the possession. It's been pretty even, Stevens. They've had 2 shots, nothing on target, .23 and 51% of the possession. Half time, 0-0. We have a corner, 72 minutes on the clock. Nzingo, it's headed clear. Bolton out there. Can Bolton get this back into the area? Can. He's gone deep for Nzingo again. Nzingo creates a bit of space, but he's missed the target. And we're nearly 73 minutes on the clock, making one change. Amika Peters has come off, and Abdul Malik has come on. A goal kick. Johnson to Senior. Senior finds Thomas. Vivas. Senior. Golden. As we look to try and get this ball off of them. Kenlock. And they've come forward. Nevers, who's a big thorn in the side today. That ball forward. Blythe underneath it. Prescott's not going to get there. And it's headed out wide. Nevers is in. Oh, no. It's come back off the post, though. Bolton clears it. And we've been lucky. We've survived again. Off the inside of the post, and it's just come back. And with nearly 80 minutes on the clock, making our second change, Elliot Bolton, who is tiring, he's come off. Lorenzen Jones comes on for him, and we're going to put him into attacking mode and see if we can get this goal. They have a corner. Nevers with a corner. Swung in. It's headed out, but back out to Nevers. Nevers finds Roberts on the edge of the area. Roberts, but it's over the top. And with 86 minutes on the clock, making our final change, Abdul Malik drops back into that slot behind the front two. And Jaden Wareham comes on with not too long to go, but can he find a way through? Let's hope so. No more highlights, and alas, no more ways through. We've been thwarted by Sam Johnson in their goal. We had 9 shots, 3 of which were on target. We didn't see any of them, really. 0.79 and 48% of the possession. They had 8 shots, none on target. 0.78 and 52% of the possession. It's another draw, I'm afraid, and that's where we're going. We just need to start, as we settle down, hopefully we'll start turning these draws into wins. That's what we need to be doing. But it's another day that we've gone without a loss, which is good news. And here's a roundup of the day's scorelines that affect the table. And as it stands, Boston United, the only team with a 100% record now in the league. They beat Hartlepool by 2-0 in their match. And good win for them there. Halifax Town, of course, drawing 0-0 with us. So they've dropped their first points of the season. Scunthorpe getting a 1-0 win over Southend to give them, put them up into third. That's because I said that they would get relegated this season. Hartlepool lost to Boston United, as we already know, 2-0. So they've dropped down the table. And then Oldham Athletic, they were 3-4 losers to Guiseley, who got promoted last season. Guiseley down in 20th at the moment, so not a good result for them. Altrincham 0-0 against Barnet, and Fylde losing 1-0 to Bromley, which is the playoff places at the moment. So it's Boston United on top on 15 points, looking as if they might run away with this if we're not careful. Getting promoted last season, of course. Halifax Town is second on 13, Scunthorpe third on 10, Hartlepool 4th on 9, then come Oldham and Altrincham on 8, and then there's a group of teams on 7 points, Fylde, Rochdale, Bromley, Yeovil Town and Chester, and then on 6 points we're sat with a bunch of teams, Eastleigh, Barnet, ourselves in 14th, Colchester, Torquay United, Solihull Moors in amongst that lot, and then come Gateshead, York and Guiseley on 5 points. And then all the teams in the relegation zone at the moment. Southend, Chelmsford City, who were leading at their first day of the season. Dagenham and Redbridge and Aldershot Town, all on 4 points. So that's how it is as we go in. We'll come back just ahead of the game against Torquay. So we come back ready for this game. Torquay United are our opponents today. Can we get back onto winning ways? Too many draws so far this season. We've played Torquay 4 times so far this series. We've beaten them 3 times, lost to them once at Torquay at, I'm trying to think where it is. Plainmoor, of course it is. Beat them last time at Plainmoor 4-1. Joe Knight, Mitchell Weiss and Spencer Spurway. Oh, how we miss Joe Knight and Spencer Spurway at the moment. And then last time we played them back in January, we beat them 2-1 on that occasion. Cam Cooper and Toure Williams getting the goals after Lewis Collins give them the lead after 37 minutes. And win today would be rather splendid to get our season back on track. Can we go and do it? Let's hope so, as we play the team just below us in the league currently, looking for a further 3 points. Here is the team that faces Torquay United. Then it's House in goal, Vincent, Garante, Armitage and Prescott along the defensive line. Bolton, Solanke and Gaspar in midfield. Nzingo is behind Wareham and Jones up front. And then on the bench we have Ransom, Holman, Slade, Abdul Malik and Cam Cooper back on the bench. And will he make an appearance to get himself back into the side? So here we are at Plainmoor, and they have lost 3 of their last 5, won the other 2, including their last match out. And we have only won 1 of our last 5 games, drawn 3, lost 1. And as it currently stands, we're 14th on 6 points. They are 16th, also on 6 points. Early highlight, 2 minutes in, Prescott to Nzingo. And Nzingo brought down, and it's been adjudged to be in the penalty area. VAR might have had other ideas about that, but we haven't got VAR here. Wareham, he is a penalty taker, and he's slotted that away in the corner. Gets his first goal for Weymouth. And Jaden Wehrman, I can't pronounce his name. That's no good, is it? Wareham putting it away. And, well, we've seen the goal, boys and girls. Price with a corner. 4 minutes on the clock. It's gone in. And Van Schuur getting them back level on 5 minutes, I think it is. So that was a short-lived lead. Just a couple of minutes deep. And Van Schuur getting up above everybody. House heads that ball forward. It was a bit of a strange start to the highlight. But anyway, Vincent through to Gasper. Gasper comes forward. He's got Prescott out wide. Can Prescott do Prescott things? Inside to Solanke. Solanke has a shot from distance, but it's gone over the top. Williams on that far side. 26 minutes on the clock. And this one deep. Oh, it's just gone wide from Lewis. No more highlights this side of half time. And, we've had, it's pretty even Stevens apart from the XG. We've had 4 shots, 1 on target. They've had 4 shots, 1 on target. Both scored from the goals on target. 1.08 and 56% of the possession. Wareham from the penalty spot after 3 minutes. Sure getting the equaliser on 5 minutes. And at half time, it's 1-1. Price with a free kick. It swung in, but wide of the post. Parver with a free kick. It's cleared. And Gasper to Wareham. Jones finds Nzingo. Nzingo, what's he going to do here? Cross it in. Looking for Jones. Jones. And it's saved by the goalkeeper. It's a corner. Nzingo, a good ball in. Testing the goalkeeper. Probably a little bit wide because Jones had to go out for it. Vincent with the corner then swung in. We're missing Spurway and Garante not getting it on target. And with 68 minutes on the clock, we are changing our formation a little bit. And we're also making a change as well. So as it is at the moment, we've gone to a 4-2-3-1 formation. Wareham has gone out to the left, and Jones gone out to the right. Nzingo is still in that slot. I'm wondering if we put him as an advanced playmaker playing this role, actually. And Cooper is up front, coming on in place of Elliot Bolton. Kilgore with a free kick. Gorman. McWilliams. Kilgore. Back to McWilliams. We need to try and win this ball. Gorman inside. Oh, we've given a penalty away. Can House make a name for himself? Wilson to take the penalty. Yes, he can. Got a hand to it, put it wide, and we've survived that. But can we survive the after penalty? Perver, straight in. Armitage heads it out. Gasper pumps it up. Jones, as we come forward. We've changed formation now. Prescott. Wilson and House getting a firm hand across to that. And with 83 minutes on the clock, making a further 2 changes, taking off 2 players that have picked up yellow cards. We've picked up a raft of them today, and it tells you the frustration we're getting in. Alfie Prescott has come off. We have brought on Jack Holman at the back on the right side, and we have also taken off Tom Solanke and replaced him with Harvey Slade. Holman with a throw-in on that far side. Nzingo back to Armitage, looking for this winning goal. Gasper, Armitage to get our season back on track. Gasper, Holman, Armitage. Back to Holman. Armitage, Gasper, Cooper flicks it over. Got Wareham out there. Wareham into the area. It's come back off the post. Nzingo is there though. What's he going to do with this? It's flicked on and they've come away with the ball. We got to be careful on the counter now. Apter, who's come on, and they've got man in the middle. It's gone out. And it's another draw. The draw specialist, I think you can call us. Brad House keeping us in the game with his save from the penalty spot. And, well, he's done very well. 8 shots, just the 2 on target. That's becoming a little bit of a problem, despite bringing in players that theoretically should be scoring goals. And Jaden Wareham, I'm beginning to wish I hadn't brought in. 1.36 on the XG, 58% of the possession. They've had 15 shots, 4 on target, 1.53 and 42% of the possession. Jaden Wareham, I need you to do something, man. And I need you to show up and start to win us games. Well, it turns out to be a poor day at the office. Well, what can we say? It's very, very disappointing that we're just not getting that last bit of impetus. Games that we should have won. We should have maybe won 2-1 on things like that. And it's annoying. Hopefully when they settle down, because if we look at the dynamics at the moment, club atmosphere is good. Managerial support is good. But our team cohesion, that's the thing in this game. That is the thing that isn't really doing it for us. And if we can get that sorted, which it will do as the new players settle down. We've had a lot of players come in, and maybe that going forward, though we had a lot drop out, and we need to integrate them. And as we go up, hopefully go up through the leagues, we need to make small changes as we go, not massive changes. And so that's where we're at. I can tell you, Boston United have lost their 100% record. They've actually lost today to Oldham Athletic by 2-1, and only managed to get a goal late in injury time to make it look a bit prettier. Otherwise, it'd have been a 2-0 loss, which means Halifax Town have taken up the lead at the top of the table on 16 points. Having beaten, I think they've beaten, haven't they? Halifax Town, where are we? Yes, they beat Chelmsford City by 1-0. So Halifax on top then, Boston on second, Scunthorpe remain third, having a 2-0 win over Hartlepool. Oldham, as we've already said, getting that win over Boston United. Rochdale have climbed themselves into the playoff places. I'm looking for the Rochdale result now. There we go. A 3-1 win over Yeovil Town. Chester, they are up into 6th, beating Dagenham Redbridge by 3-0. And Eastleigh, they were 3-1 winners over Southend, and Jay Essen, who wouldn't come to us, scoring for them, which is also very annoying, of course. They're 3-1 winners there. So as it stands, it's Halifax Town on 16, Boston United second on 15, Scunthorpe third on 13, then Oldham Athletic on 11, Rochdale and Chester on 10, and then a group of teams on 9 points: Eastleigh, Barnet, Hartlepool, Solihull Moors on 9, Gateshead, York and Altrincham on 8, Fylde, Weymouth, Colchester, Torquay, Bromley, Yeovil Town all on 7, Guiseley on 6, and then there's the teams still in that drop zone on 4. Southend, Chelmsford City, Aldershot Town and Dagenham and Redbridge down in those echelons. Right, we're going to play Chelmsford City, currently in 22nd place. Yeovil Town in 19th, offline. We're going to come back for Gateshead, who are currently 11th. Bromley currently 18th. In the next episode, that's an away game to Gateshead. Previously, we have lost one and won one against them. Bromley, I'm not sure if we played Bromley. Have we played Bromley? Yes, we have. I've beaten them twice. So hopefully we can get wins in this setting. We want wins between games, really. But we'll hopefully be looking at those two games in the next episode. Join me for that, if you will. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It's a bit of a damp squid, really, isn't it? If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, keeps you up to date with all future episodes of Bottom to the Top and our other series, Irons in the Fire, as they are released. New episodes of Bottom to the Top released every Tuesday and Friday at 4:15 p.m. And the best way of keeping up to date what's happening on this channel is to follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter, at JustOffside2. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 46. It's out on Tuesday. Till then, have yourselves a great weekend. Bye-bye.